to Cooperville.
Back in the saddle again. Welcome to Cooperville Live. Hello, Ruth. Ruth is watching from Kentucky. I'm guessing that's the KY, right? From Kentucky. Hello, Ruth. Welcome to the show. A very happy Tuesday evening to you, or late afternoon, whichever you prefer. We're not here to judge. We are strictly here to entertain, inform, and enlighten, not necessarily in that order. Sometimes we just throw shit at the wall and see what sticks. It's happened before. Wherever you are watching, thank you for watching. Muchos gracias. Namaste. All of that. Facebook Live, youtube.com/Cooperville Live. Thank you, Jake, for liking the stream. Appreciate that. And on Twitch, twitch.tv/NoLimitCooper, or just get the Twitch app. All the kids are doing it. And search for Cooperville Live. Follow, subscribe. I'm not sure how it works. If my kid was here, he could tell me how it works, but he's no longer here. Sorry. Well, let us thank the sponsors of this fine program right here. Cooperville Clothing, another new drop comes out Friday, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you go to the website, coopervilleclothing.com, and you see that there's a pop-up that comes up on your screen. It says, pop-up suck. But if you subscribe using your phone number or your email, or both, whatever you're into, whatever floats your boat, we're going to send you the new item before it hits the store, so you'll know. Pretty cool stuff. C-Dubs in a house from Malaysia. Hello, welcome. So definitely check that out with the new drop coming. Of course, if you're a hat person, Joe's in the house. Double devil horns in the area. Stop. Countdown to Saturday's on, my friend. The hat collection is dope, and it's only going to get doper. Like this nope hat right here, man. This is my jam. I'll rock them snapbacks. I'm fearless. Check it out, CoopervilleClothing.com. New item coming up on Friday. And every 2 weeks, dropping the new stuff. Captain Coop's Beard Company. For you bearded fellas out there, or if you know somebody who's bearded, beard oils, beard balms, beard butters. If you don't know what to get them, if you don't know what will, again, float their boat, boom. Captain Coop's gift cards available. E-gift cards, so they email them to you, and then you can just go order stuff online. Good stuff. Check it out. CaptainCoops.com. Midwest meals with 16 meals on the menu. You can also build your own. You can also get protein and carbs and veggies by the pound. You got these little craving cursors things right here. Delicioso. I'll say that. So you go to MidwestMeals.com. You pick out your meals for the week, and you can kind of, figure out what you're in the mood for, if you're like down with like maybe just doing lunch, or maybe you just want to get your dinners, or maybe you want to throw some breakfast stuff in there, or just get the cravings crushers, whatever it is, plan your meals accordingly. We still will cook and grill out and do that stuff on a regular basis. This just kind of fills the gaps. MidwestMeals.com. Pick out your meals by Friday at midnight. They prep them over the weekend, and they ship nationwide every Monday. You get your meals. If you're wherever you are, they'll be freeze packed in there, so you can just toss them in the microwave, and healthy, delicious meals for you on-the-go lifestyles, or people who are just trying to know what's going into the body. MidwestMeals.com. Promo code Cooper at checkout, 10% off your first order right there. And, of course, we are now 9 days away from Epic Willie's adventure. We are going Kansas to Oregon. No, Missouri to Oregon, because we are going down next Thursday. We'll be departing Wisconsin for Kansas City, Missouri. And then next Friday, the 13th. Wow, it's Friday the 13th? I just realized that. Now I'm a little bit more paranoid. Anyway, we will depart from Kansas City on Friday, and hell or high water, yet no highways, no interstates. We'll make our way to Oregon City, Oregon, hopefully by the 27th. That's the goal. Check out epicwilliesadventure.com. Otherwise, follow Epic Willie's Adventure on Facebook and Instagram. I'll be doing the socials for the trip, so you definitely want to follow along and see all the stuff that's going on. We're going to be doing some live stuff from the road, also podcasting. So follow the Welcome to Cooperville podcast on your favorite podcasting platform. You'll get our nightly fireside chats, as for the most part, we're camping alongside of the road. For real. For real. Epic Willie's Adventure starts in 9 days. So check that out. Please do. Got your Show Me Your Bush shirt to rock on Saturday. I love it, man. Like, I love it so much, yet I am so pissed off at myself as a bush latte connoisseur of magnificent proportions. I am a little upset that the whole Show Me Your Bush thing did not come into my awareness until I met Joe Stam and saw there that he is also a purveyor of the fine malt beverage of Bush Light. And they have a whole Show Me Your Bush line of things. I have a feeling, Joe, you got yours in the mail. I have a feeling that by the end of Saturday night, I will have probably the shirt and the sticker and all the stuff. Because I went to him and I posted on his Facebook page. I said, because I just saw the sticker. Here's how it started. Here's the story. I saw the Joe Stam Band on Facebook. They posted their sticker that said, Show Me Your Bush, Joe Stam Band. I was like, that's awesome. That needs to be on a T-shirt, to which he promptly sent me the link to the T-shirt. And I said, can I put it on my brand of shirts? And he said, I'm gonna need some royalties. I said 20%. So we'll see. We'll have a business discussion on Saturday at the Wolf's Den in Cameron, Wisconsin for the Joe Stam Band this Saturday night. They have a hat too? Shit. I'm going to be all Show Me Your Bush. I'm going to have the hat. I'm going to do the shirt. Put the sticker on. I know it sounds weird when you say it. B-U-S-C-H. For those of you who are going, what is he talking about? Show me your what? Bush. Show me your. I don't even have one. I have. Thanks to Monster Energy, by the way. Monster was here yesterday. If you follow me on socials, you saw the picture of the monster truck that dropped off a bunch of product. This is brand new Monster Hydro. What flavor is this? Tropical Thunder. Brand new Tropical Thunder Monster Hydro. Dropped off a bunch of stuff for our Epic Willie's Adventure, so we'll be plenty caffeinated and plenty hydrated with this magic juice on Epic. So thank you to Chris Serini, Monster, the whole crew. Appreciate you. I had a 3+ hour road trip today to drop my son off and needed the caffeine, man. Needed the hydration. Long run this morning, needed the hydration. Branched chain amino acids and vitamin B, electrolytes, and caffeine. Because like driving for me is, and I'm going on Epic as a passenger, so it's beneficial. But like driving for me is like I get super tired. I'm like, my kid's loud as shit. Like he's on his phone, he's playing, he's gaming with one of his buddies, and then we're kind of talking, and I'm just like, I'm so tired. It's the hum of the road. So thank you, Monster and Monster Hydro, for the setup, for the connection, and for proud sponsorship of Epic Willie's Adventure, fueling us on our trip starting next week, which is good stuff. Do want to say there will be a show tomorrow. Tomorrow's show, we got 2 guests. Super excited to have Murphy Elmore back on the show. Dude is just a fantastic country artist from Nashville. He is coming back on tomorrow. And then Rocky Morningside is a hip-hop artist with a very strong political vantage point. So we're going to get him on the show. We're going to talk to him. He's into stuff, and I want to know what I want to pick the man's brain. That's coming up tomorrow on the show, just to give you a heads up. Thursday is my birthday, and the crowd button, like none of my noise buttons are working, so Thursday's my birthday. And we're jumping out of an airplane. Thanks, Nicole. That's how I spend my 41st is. That was dramatic. No flapping the wings. We talked about that yesterday. So we're gonna try to see if we can do some of it, at least some of it live. It may have to be on a singular platform, which we'll figure out. It may be Facebook Live. We'll try to do it on Twitch. Twitch is a little weird. I've tried doing live stuff from the Twitch app, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. We'll see. We'll try to capture some of the action of the plane, the skydiving tomorrow or Thursday for the 41st. So be sure to stay tuned. So wherever you're watching, I know that you guys are. I know Joe, you are. Ruth, I know you followed. Thank you for following the show. C-Dubs is always in the loop. Wherever you're following, make sure you get the notifications that we're going live, and then you'll know, because I'm not 100% sure what time I will be floating from just below space. But I want to capture, man. You know, if it would be my final trip, my final moments, I want y'all to be a part of it. That's the kind of guy I am. I like to share everything. Share everything. So, fun stuff. And then we got a couple big shows next week, and then obviously starting on Thursday we'll be on the road with Epic. So follow along Epic Willie's Adventure on all of the socials. So I have my son here, and like I said, I took him back today, and like I used to have a nice stand here that held the iPad with all the stories on it. I could just look over, and so he was using it for his MacBook over the weekend, and then magically my stand is no longer here. So if I'm looking down, it's not because I'm looking down on you. It's because my stories are here, not here and here, because they're on the news app on the iPad. What is going on in the world? That's the question. Canadian wildfires, that's happening. It's another would have been beautiful, crisp, sunny day here in the valley, but Canadian wildfire is still going on. The big news is that the WWE released Ric Flair. Woo! The Nature Boy. Canada opens up this weekend too. Good. Send some fire trucks up there. Right? Like send some fire trucks up to Canada if they're going to open the border. Put the fires out so that we can have one of our 12 sunny days in Wisconsin during the course of summer. That'd be great. Make that happen, would you? Anyway, Mom. What's up, Mom? Capture the skydive. Your mom be pray. My mom's going to pray for me. It's good. Your friend's resort is in the path. That's no good. That's what I'm saying. Send some fire trucks up there. Put the shit out. Not only for my sake and my need for sunshine, but also for, property damage. That's probably more important. In perspective, I guess. But yeah, Ric Flair released by the WWE today after like 40 years. The Nature Boy, no longer a part of WWE. I don't tune in like I used to. When I was not even a wee lad necessarily, but kind of growing up in that Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, Jake the Snake Roberts, Randy Savage era of WWF back in the day. I mean, that shit was all over the place. It was on, it was on TV, and then they had like the big event, WrestleMania, the biggest event. Now there's like 45 different fucking pay-per-views every year. It's ridiculous. Money in the Bank, Toes in the Grass, Snakes on a Plane, pay-per-view. We're like, what? No, dude, just give me WrestleMania. Call it good. But anyway. So I grew up in that Ric Flair, Superfly, Jimmy Snuka. Me, I'm Superfly. Yes, sir. And then it changed a little bit, but then it kind of came back. The Attitude Era came back. You had big personalities. Then The Rock, kind of brought a lot of people back into wrestling. And obviously the change over to WWF or WWE. Yeah. The Rock, man. Who would have thought when The Rock first came out Chris Jericho. Break the wall down. Yeah, dude. Raw. Welcome to Raw. It's Jericho, man. Monday Night Raw. Woo. Even when I moved out, we were watching it Monday nights as a late teen, early 20. We're like, Monday Night Raw. And everybody's like, you guys are weird. We're like, no, it's cool. Fozzy. Chris Jericho's Fozzy, man. Fozzy's great. Fozzy rocks. But grew up doing the Ric Flair was always a part of it in some way, shape, form, or another. NWO, man, just memories popping back of all the shit I remember, of all the things that take up space somewhere in my brain. That stuff is still there. Remember Randy Savage marrying Elizabeth? The Undertaker? Oh, man. I got to stop. But obviously, you kind of got away from it. But just noticing over the course of time, it's gone through George the Animal. Yeah, it was that Legion of Doom? Guys that wore the shoulder pads with the spikes and shit? Yeah. But I've just noticed because, like I said, for some reason, if I stop and watch an old school video, a cage match from 95, all of a sudden I get a bunch of WWE updates and AEW updates. I'm like, I really didn't need to know, but it just seems like all the talent is being released by WWE and going to AEW. Again, this isn't a wrestling show. I'm just saying. Joe Rogan had a great bit. I think it was in Strange Times. His comedy or his Netflix special, where he was like, Ric Flair, and the whole crowd went, woo! That man has his own sound. His own sound. His own noise. Iconic. In the Hall of Fame. Released by WWE. Reportedly because he went to, dude, I'm so surprised he never stroked out. I should have stroked out probably 15, 20 years ago. Dude lived it. There was a persona of Ric Flair, and then there was Ric Flair, and it was real close. It was real close to reality. Living it up. Just always looked like he was about to, oh, dude, you all right? You could tell he stopped working out somewhere in the late 90s. He's like, fuck it. Not even gonna try with this anymore. Other things. But it's just wild. Dude is one of the main figures of WWF, WWE. I think he was even in WCW for a while, wasn't he? I don't know. Flashbacks to my nerdy youth. Mom says, have some wine. Ironically, I was just asking Nick before I came on the show, I'm having a hankering for some red wine. Do we have any red? We don't. I have to go to the store after the show's done. So plan on this one being quick. And wrestling inspired so much, right? Especially if you were a boy who grew up in that era, wrestling matches during sleepovers, that shit happened. Trying to put somebody in what was it? The figure four, or the scorpion death grip. Trying to put people in these weird moves. You're jumping off the bed with a pillow, flying elbow. Trying to do some Jimmy Fly Snuka moves. Getting hurt. You did all that stuff. It was it was entrenched in the youth. Doesn't seem to have that same effect these days. I think it just evolved and changed into a different thing. I was just shocked by that. I'm like, he was upset. Yeah, it was innocent fun, Joe. It was totally innocent fun. Most of the time. So apparently he was upset with some of the storylines that he was a part of. He was like, I'm going to do this, and then things weren't happening. So he goes to Vince McMahon and is like, I'm kind of pissed. I want to do some cool things. And Vince is like, no. It's gone. Yeah, we all knew it was fake. We all did. But even like fake, when you watched it and you knew it was fake, you're like, that still has to fucking hurt. They did that documentary on Jake the Snake Roberts and just the torment that his body went through. Diamond Dallas Page had a whole thing about how screwed up his whole body was. Now he's doing DDP yoga. Yeah. Like, they legit, I mean, injuries, man. He's like, how are we going to fake you falling off the top of this 25-foot cage onto a table? Now, granted, it was probably a quick release table. You know, whatever. The chairs, you know. Gravity, bro. You can't fake gravity. It just happens. Blood was real. Most of the time. Most of the time. They stopped doing that shit, too. Ladder matches. Is it ladders, tables, and chairs? No, tables, ladders, and chairs. TLC. TLC matches. Like Tender Love and Care? No. Tables, ladders, and chairs. All mine. Wild stuff. Wild stuff. I'm not sure why that's the lead story today. It was the first one I saw that wasn't questioning what is going on right now. I just want to let you know my feeling, and people I've spoken to, my mother being one of them. Do you remember, to take you back, I'm going to take you back on a little journey. Do you remember about 19 months ago or so, this 15 days to flatten the curve thing? It feels like we're about to go 15 days to flatten the curve version 2.0. Only this time with even more restriction. Now, I will preface it by saying I did just read an article that in the state of Wisconsin, at least, Governor Tony Evers says he cannot do anything about mask mandates and or lockdowns because of the Supreme Court ruling from back in March. So, there's that. Now, what that does not preclude is individual stores attempting to enforce masks, i.e. Menards, places like that. Just to be aware. We got a churchy thing on Saturday, and it's like half and half. Like, and I was, we've been living in this whole world where that shit just doesn't exist anymore. Like, we're done, we moved on, cool. So to see it again in that kind of environment, I was like, oh, fucking people are still living like this? They're still doing this stuff? Little kid, like 4, next to us, like across the aisle, rocking I'm like, again, do you. That makes you feel safe, like rock and roll, do it. But the things now is coming out. I talked to my mom last night, and she was saying California, they're looking at restaurants will be asking for your vaccination card in order to dine in their establishment. New York. Pull this story up because it's right here. Not there where it nicely used to sit. It's here now. New York City becomes the first in the nation to require proof of vaccination for indoor restaurants, gyms, and shows. The mayor is calling the city's vaccine passport the key to NYC. It's better because it rhymes. It's the key to de Blasio. Because it rhymes. Cuomo's already out. I mean, he's like 10 minutes before the show started, Biden is like, we are calling for Andrew Cuomo to step down because the man, Cuomo, was this icon in the first year. He's just doing so well in New York. He's just doing so great. The state of New York is just great, which is all bullshit. The sexual harassment thing going on. Yeah, well, We'll overlook that. Oh, the 9,000 people sent back to nursing homes. We'll just overlook that. Okay. I told you this story before if you watched the show. We went to Florida, and there was a billboard on I-75 coming from Georgia into Florida that has a picture of Andrew Cuomo, and it says, Realtor of the Year. Because so many people were leaving the state of New York to go to Florida because they were sick of it. For real. Billboard. A billboard. Which I thought, like, at first I'm like, man, do you think, like, actual realtors are like, oh, man. No, because they're reaping all of the benefits. Of people going, you know, we kind of been thinking about, we don't really like winter anymore. Maybe it's time to get out of New York. And Florida's like, come on down. We have beaches, cold drinks, and freedom. Freedom of choice. Freedom of choice. Choosing to do whatever it is that you would like to do with your body. What a concept. Did read another interesting article today. The state of Massachusetts, 75% of their new COVID cases are all from people who have been, say it with me now, fully vaccinated. Thank you very much. Wait a minute. What? Wait. You can't throw that in there. That's not fair. We're busy over here harping on all the non-vaccinated people. You can't tell me the facts are that in Massachusetts, 75% of all new cases are people who've had it. Interesting. So yeah, back to the story. So New York City, they'll start implementing this late August, and then it will go into full effect in September. So obviously there's a lot of foresight here that this shit is going to be going on for a while. So in order to do anything, basically, in New York City, you want to go to your gym, we're going to need to see your ID. We're going to need to see your card. What the hell did he call it again? Key to NYC. You want to go to a restaurant? We're going to need to see your key to NYC. Would you like to go to a show? Madison Square Garden, perhaps? You want to see the Stones? We're going to need your key to NYC in order for you to do that. Record number of people leaving New York and California. Mom. Record numbers. Finding life a little bit better elsewhere. Who is to blame them? Who's to blame them? Nobody. There's outcry as well. Lollapalooza over the weekend down in Chicago. Over 100,000 people in attendance. And if you've seen the photos, they were legit in attendance. Like they were shoulder to shoulder, face to back of the head in attendance. Which, by the way, I heard Limp Bizkit killed it. Killed it, man. Who knew? The Limp Bizkit. Back. I love it. That was a part of that whole watching WWE. There was always $3 bill y'all playing on the stereo. There was always $3 bill y'all playing on the stereo. Lollapalooza, 100,000+ people. 160,000 music fans in Southern California's Hard Summer Festival. We just had Rockfest up here with the numbers are 70,000+ people. The outcry is insane. And it's not even the articles, obviously, because nobody writes these stories if they're like, hey, look, we all got here and it was great and it was awesome. No, there's always that political twist to it where it's like, oh my God, I can't believe there was this many people in this small of a space with it's outside. Well, still. So you never read the stories, the positive stories about it. It's always like in the wake of the Delta variant, 100,000 people gather for Lollapalooza. Despite Delta concerns, 160,000 music fans pour into Southern California's Hard Summer Festival. It's impressive, right? It's the amount of people who are like doing what Joe's doing in the comments. They're like, meh, we're going to go. We're going to go. We're going to have a good time. Thank you, Joe, for liking the stream. Appreciate it. It's a lot of weirdness going around. You kind of feel it. Like I talked about this earlier in the week, or earlier last week. Everybody was kind of cool for a bit. Like the things kind of chilled out. It was a moment of everybody, even the most outspoken of the outspoken, were finally like, you know what? I'm just gonna put this shit down. I'm gonna set this bag of bricks down for a second, and I'm gonna go maybe do something I enjoy doing. I'm gonna get back outside. I'm gonna go and live life, see my family, do things. They set that bag of bricks down. Facebook kind of cleared up a little bit. It's great. We talked about other shit. It was great. Enjoyed it. People are back to posting cat memes, posting pictures of their dinner. Gasp, posting pictures of themselves with other human beings around. It was the best of times. It was the best of times. You can feel a shift is happening. A revert back. So this is just watching to see if everybody who is staunch mask backs stays in that, because they're like, wait a minute, you promised us all like all the freedoms if we did all the things that we did. We followed in line. We did our thing. Now you're taking this away from us yet. Do they come and say, hey, fuck that, we're not going back? Or does it double down on the two different sides? It's their fault. No, it's their fault. It's your fault we're back in here. It's your fault we're still here. Constant division is what it feels like is on the horizon. What's up, Pete? Thanks for watching, buddy. Hope you are well, my friend. Remember, we are not divided, my friends. We are indeed united. That bag of bricks, that bag of bullshit that you carry around, just waiting to throw it at somebody. It's so heavy, just weighs you down, and your back hurts all the time. Wasn't it great when you set that shit down? Whew. You let it go. You went out and you did what? What'd you do? You lived your life. You enjoyed things. Look at us. We're doing things about people. It's crazy. Selfie. Music in the park, motherfucker. Wood. You went and enjoyed it. But now, the return. The return. I was listening to Andy Frisella today. Andy Frisella and the Real AF podcast. And it was, I believe it was episode 120. Don't quote me on that. I posted a picture of it on my Insta. It was called The State of the Union, which is a great episode. It's like 20 minutes long. Invest the 20 minutes out of your life and go listen to it. Andy Frisella It's like the second most recent episode. State of the motherfucking Union? State of the Union. You'll see Union. Listen to that one. It's about 20 minutes long. Great episode. But he made an interesting quote twice in the podcast, once at the beginning, once at the end. He said, those who are profiting the most are also those who are prolonging this the most. I was like, isn't that interesting? Just put it into perspective. Stop fighting amongst each other and, you're the ones that are keeping my kids away from school. No, nobody's. No. You go in and you plant your flag together, plant your flags together. Boom, we are here. This is how it's going to be. And if they're telling you not to, either don't go in or go in altogether. Unify together. Because that's what we need to do. Division will not lead us down a good path. Especially this time around. Because the genie has been let out of the bottle, as my great friend Dr. Jay LaGuardia has said. The genie is out of the bottle. People will find a way back in very easily. Some will. They'll find a way back in. And they'll be like, come on, genie. No, we got to put it all back again for another 15 days. Or 18 months, one of the two. They'll try. But there's going to be a lot more people that are like, no. If that division continues, that's going to be wild to watch. Things are crazy. We've had two artists from Australia that are on, two very, very talented artists that were on. Cassie Paris was on last week, and the week before that we had Jazzy K on. Jazzy K's from Sydney, and Cassie Paris is from Melbourne. Down under. Both states, or both currently in lockdown situations. So I read this story in The Sun. Because, I guess I'm comparing lockdown to like kind of what we went through here in Wisconsin, where it was like, yeah, and we were, a lot of places were closed down, but we still could go out. You still could go outside. Right? Like we went outside. The headline reads from The Sun. Shocking moment when an Aussie man suffers a heart attack after cops arrest him for not wearing a mask while exercising outside. The unidentified man was walking through a botanical garden with his partner when he was handcuffed by cops, despite reportedly having a medical exemption allowing him to exercise without a mask. The shocking footage shared online by the man's furious son shows the man calmly cooperating with the four officers on Monday morning, but the police handcuffed him as they said he refused to answer their questions reasonably, despite his partner being heard telling them and informing them of the details of his exception. The man then terrifyingly fell to the floor and began to spasm, gasp for air as he desperately tried to reach for his backpack, which contained his heart medication. What's up, 22 CBD or CB drop, HORP, CB, yeah, I don't know. The print is so small and my eyes are so old. So, dude's out in Australia taking a walk with his partner, apparently his son, somewhere in the mix. Cops take him to the ground because he's not wearing a mask outside, isn't answering their questions reasonably, like saying, I have a medical exemption for not being able to wear a mask while exercising, while outdoors, because we've learned fucking nothing. Cops take him to the ground, throw the handcuffs on him. Dude has a heart attack. I'm pretty sure that justifies his medical condition, don't ya? Yet somebody is giving that directive down. They're handing that down. If you see somebody on the street and they're outside and they're trying to walk or trying to exercise, trying to be healthy, you arrest that person. I've always wanted to visit Australia. Like, this is really cramping that plan. The men at work are pissed, you know? Like, they ain't coming from a land down under. He's like, Support artists, though, that we've had on the program. I'm like, man, I just want to get out and do shows. They want to come to the States and be like, I just want to record music. Like, tough times, man. Tough stuff. Craziness. All right. Believe we've solved all of the problems today. Awareness, again, is always topic. Be aware. Notice things. And most importantly, you do you. You do you. Let them do them. Everybody does what they want to do. You know what that means? Freedom. That's what it means. Again, tomorrow on the show, Murphy Elmore joins the program. Country artist. Can't wait to chat with him once again. He's got some big stuff coming up as we get to the end of halfway through 2021 already. Over halfway through. Crazy. And Rocky Morningside on the show tomorrow. That will be interesting. We'll talk to him about some of these very same subjects and get his 2 cents on things. He's in the know. Until then, take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. We will see you soon. Joe, peace. Out. Go on Amazon and order another iPad stand. Follow us on all the socials, Insta, the Twitch, obviously, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. Follow the show. Stay in touch. We will see you tomorrow.